Good morning, Vardenfell! It actually is morning, by the way. I'm not just saying that for the lols. Well, at least it is here, not in Vardenfell. It's fucking, what is it, 2 AM? Oh, what it is 2 AM in Vardenfell, so hell yeah! Good morning, Vardenfell. So yeah, this is actually like a day or two after I said I would be right back to finish doing whatever this was. For the simple reason that other things came up and I couldn't continue recording that day. And whatnot. But anyway, I'm recording in the morning for once because, yeah, I'm really behind on my recording, and, I'm going out later as well, so I kind of need to get this done. So anyway, yeah, I've just had my breakfast, and I've sat down, and let's just fucking do this, yeah? Let's do this. Also, yeah, speaking of breakfast, you know what I hate? You know what I really hate? Those little packets of, like, pasta and stuff you get that you can put in the microwave, supposedly, for, like, it says in the back, like, put it in for 11 minutes. And you know, and then you put it in for 11 minutes, and then when you take it out again, it's turned into this sort of, like, rubbery mess that's, like, baked onto the sides of the bowl that you put it in the microwave in, and, yeah, well, I salvaged it by adding a bit more boiling water and stirring it up a little bit, but it was still fucking terrible, and it's probably going to give me a goddamn stomachache. But anyway, I'll stop ranting about my breakfast, and let's just get on with this. Now, oh, hello, Thanos. I believe what we were just doing was, again, I've turned my speakers up to the max today, so that hopefully you can hear it through this microphone being recorded back through Fraps and whatnot. I'm still pretty undecided on the whole, whether I record it via speakers like I am now, or whether I record it like I did before through Fraps. But anywho, let's find the thing. Zainubani's notes. Let's read them. They are kind of important, I suppose. So anyway, let's get to work. Zainubani's notes. The following are notes on the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult prepared for you by Hasoa Zainubani. The Ashlanders are the direct descendants of the Aldmeri peoples who followed the prophet Veloth into the lands we now call Morrowind. The Ashlanders retain the modest nomadic life and simple ancestor worship of their forebears, and despise the soft lives and decadent worships of the settled Great House Dunmer cultures. The wastes are harsh and unforgiving, and we are a hard people, but there is a beauty and honour in our simple lives, and the snobs of the temple and great houses are fools to dismiss us as crude savages. Ashlanders and foreigners. Most Ashlanders wish all foreigners and their false gods could be driven from Morrowind. At very least, Ashlanders wish the foreign devils would leave them in peace. Ashlanders think it shameful to attack unarmed persons, but they will kill without hesitation an armed person who offends them or their clan laws. No Ashlander is fool enough to make war against the Empire. However, if such a war might be won, many Ashlanders might cheerfully give their lives to win such a war. Ashlander courtesy. Ashlanders may challenge a stranger who enters a yurt without invitation. Customs differ with different tribes, but leave when requested and you may be forgiven. Be particularly careful about Ashkans, tribal chiefs, and wise women, tribal seers and counsellors. Some are welcoming, some are hostile. Be courteous and leave if requested. If offended, they may attack. Ashlander challenges. When challenged for sport, it is acceptable to decline. When challenged for honour, it is shameful to decline. Honour challenges come from offence given in speech or action, or may represent customary formal challenges of status or ritual. Ashlander worship. All Ashlanders in a tribe, young and small, are born into the ancestor cult of their clan. The Nerevarine cult is different, though. It's a very small cult, with only a few wise women with the gift of prophecy, and a few holy warrior heroes who guard and protect the seers. Sul Matul, Ashkan of the Urshaliku, is the warrior protector of the cult, and Nimbani Mesa, also of the Urshalaku, is the oracle seer of the cult. The Nerevarine cult. They worship the great Ashkan and Hortator, Nerevar Moon and Star, who in ages past destroyed the evil, godless dwarves and banished the treacherous Dagoth and his foul host beneath Red Mountain. The cult is of small consequence in Ashlander worship, and only among the Ursulaku do its followers have any influence. Other Ashlander tribes share the sentiments of the cult, but regard the Nerevarine prophecies with suspicion and skepticism. The Nerevarine prophecies. It is said that the prophecies foretell the return of a reincarnated Nerevar, who shall drive the foreigners from the Ashlands, and who shall cast down the false gods of the temple, and restore the true worships of the ancestors. It's a dream that would appeal to every Ashlander, but many Ashlanders think it's a silly ancient legend, and little more. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is actually the first we've heard of, well, no, I think we heard a bit of it from Meramilo, the temple, about the Nerevarine prophecies, you know, about like Nerevar being reincarnated and coming back to life, but again, it's popping up here, I think. It's probably the second time or so that we've actually heard about it properly. The Ursulaku Ashlanders. The Ursulaku are the Ashlanders of the northern Ashlands and the West Gash, in the northwest of Vardenfell. Ashkan Sulmutul is their chief, a brave and respected war leader and warrior protector of the Nerevarine cult. Nibani Mesa is their wise woman, a deep and shrewd counsellor and seer of the Nerevarine cult. The Ursulaku camp moves with the herds. Oh, excuse me. That's why that horrible pasta stuff is just giving me the worst indigestion right now. It's terrible. Anyway, too much information there. But usually lies close to the Sea of Ghosts, north of the village of Margan, on the northern coast of the northern Ashlands. Right, so that's the extent of his notes, and that's all we have to go on. But I'm sure Caius will be interested in it. I found it, well, Theodas certainly found it at least relatively interesting, I'm sure. Let's have a little poke around here. Oddly, there doesn't seem to be a publican upstairs. I don't know why. It's empty down here and all. Can we sit on this bench? Yes, we can. Where is everyone? Alright, hello. Who are you? Just some nondescript NPC. Well, good day. How rude! Yes. I'm not entirely sure what it was I did that was rude, but, yeah. It's also come to my attention that I've been kind of quite out of character the last few updates, really, and it's kind of just, well, it's mainly because I've not been playing it that much, and it's difficult to get back into it when you've not been playing it that much, but I'm going to try and remedy that, get back into character a bit more with Theodas, and stuff like that. But I must admit, it's very difficult to stay in character, really, when you're trying to, like, RP your way through an Elder Scrolls game, when you keep repeatedly doing things like meeting naked Ashlanders and things like that. It's a little bit distracting, you must admit. Anyway, I think we'll get out of that seedy establishment and head over to the other main sort of... Hello. Who are you? I can't think of anyone in Aldrune I'd rather avoid. Why don't you go bother someone else? Watch your tongue, mate. I have pull with the temple, you know. I could have you, I don't know, burnt at the stake or something, I'm sure. Yeah, the Aldsky Inn seems to be, I think, the only other place you can go which, you know, you can stay at in Aldrune. And I seem to remember Caius mentioning that it was, at some point, whether or not it was in this playthrough or not, I'm not sure, but he did mention that this place was a much more respected establishment than the Rat in the Pot, which is sort of, well, I think it's the local Thieves Guild hangout, so, right. You're clearly not the publican. And you're not. See, I must admit, I do like the fact that, like, you know, because this is with Oblivion, that the NPCs move around and stuff. Like Louis Beauchamp, he always seems to, you know, in the original, he would always stand outside the Mages Guild forever and ever and ever, but now he's like inside.